Hi everyone! Today I want to talk about something that I'm going to call the jelly donut play. The reason I call it that is because it's all about getting to the middle. This is not something I made up. This is apparently the pretty classic cutting system in a horizontal stack. So in the simplest terms, what this is about is it's about making the first play after turnover, after we take possession of the disc. And the reason I say it's all about getting to the middle is because the breakout play, so that first pass, is going to involve the middle handler and the two middle cutters. Okay? So the middle handler's job is to advance it up the field to one of the middle two cutters. The side handler's job is to get it back to the middle handler. The middle cutter's job is to find a way to get that first pass. That's going to be probably looking at ways to get in, get under, to get the first cut. The job of the two cutters on the ends is to get deep and look for the continuation. Okay, so here we have a field. We have three handlers. We're the blue circles. The defense are the black X's. We're going this way. We have the disc in the middle. This is home. This is away. The force is home. Okay, so just to go into a little bit more detail. By clearing out immediately, so as soon as the disc comes in, by clearing deep on the ends, I know this is a bit different from what we've done in the past, but by clearing deep in the ends, these cutters are basically taking themselves and their defender out of the way to make more room for that first cut. Okay, so now the cutters are up there, the defenders are up there, and suddenly these two middle cutters have a lot of room to work with. They can cut towards the edge, they can cut towards the middle, they can cut out, they can cut in many different places. If we have two good cutters in this position, chances are we will be able to get open. Okay? Once that first pass is made, so let's say this cutter gets it here, the cutters on the ends who cut out deep are either going to receive a pass deep, so this cutter is going to catch it in stride and put it deep. Alternatively, they might catch it, pop it back to a rushing handler who will then put it deep. Okay, so that's one option. The other really good option is after that first pass is made, this cutter is going to come back in for the continuation on both sides. Okay? It's a nice bang play. You get the pass and you dish it off right away, either to the cutter or back to the rushing handler on either side. Okay, so that's basically the idea. Now what happens, I know you're wondering, if the disc is not in the middle, it's on the sideline. Well, this is the reason why. I'll just set things up again here. It's back to neutral. This is why the Berkeley is so important. Okay, we've talked about this quite a bit, and this is where it's got to be your absolute bread and butter default play that you can pull off in your sleep. Okay, so now the disc has gone to the sideline for whatever reason. When I said that the role of the side handlers is to get it to the middle, I want us to be really disciplined about that. Okay, so I don't want cuts coming in on the sideline. I don't want this person looking upfield beyond one or two stall counts. That's it. The reason for that is, even if we get a pass off this way, we're still stuck right on the sideline, the defense is all over us, and we've got a really narrow alley to try and get the disc upfield. It's a dangerous play, and the other thing is, if this cutter here cuts in and doesn't get the disc and has to clear, chances are their defender is just going to poach that lane. They're just going to stay there and poach essentially the only available lane we have, which makes cuts very difficult and it makes Berkeley's really difficult too. Okay, so let's just go over what a Berkeley looks like one more time. Alright, so we got the disc on the sideline. We're being forced home and we're on the home sideline. For Berkeley to happen, the first thing is you need good spacing between the handlers. The middle handler has to start pretty far out and has to start lateral with the person with the disc. A Berkeley does not look like this. Okay, it can't be that shallow. If it's that shallow, it's almost impossible to make that first pass. And even if you come back, it's such a short, cloggy throw that it's really not going to work very often. A Berkeley has to be a strong attack up the line. Alright, so you're going to go in this, oh man, this pen doesn't work. You know, this kind of direction. And again, these cutters on the sidelines are going to clear, so you're going to have a lot more room. You can go in this direction. If you don't get it up that line, and you'll probably notice by about here if you're going to get it or not, you're going to cut back along the same line, get the disc in the middle. The other really important thing with the Berkeley is the side handler, the one on the far side, can't come in and encroach on this space. So what happens sometimes is our middle handler will cut up the line. They won't get the disc, which is fine, because they're really trying to get it back to the middle. But when they try and go back, this handler has come in, they're defended, so now that area is not an option to pass through. They're covered up the line, and suddenly this person is in a really bad position. They've got almost nowhere to throw it to. Okay, so it's really important that you cut a good distance away from the person with the disc as the middle handler, and as the side handler that you don't come in and clog. The role of this person is, if that Berkeley fails, then they have to get open, probably down here, or maybe up here, for a kind of higher stall count pass. Okay, so that's the basic idea. This board looks like a mess. The only other thing to consider is, supposing we get the disc back to the middle, what happens if we're at a stall 6, stall 7, and the two middle handlers still haven't been able to get open? That's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. We can still reset it with dump cuts, dump cuts from the handlers. We can even have a Berkeley out of the middle to the sideline just to get it, the stall count reset. And at this stage, it's pretty important that the two cutters in the middle don't come and clog these areas, because we're going to need that for Berkeleys and for dump cuts. So again, you want to avoid coming into that space, especially as we get higher in the stall count. There's a few other things that make this slightly more complicated, but for the sake of discipline, I don't want to talk about the exceptions. I really want to talk about creating discipline around getting the disc back to the middle and getting cuts in from that side and getting these two people to clear out right from the start. We'll make sure that we circulate who's doing what. We'll have different people in the middle positions versus the edge positions, and we'll see how it goes. Bye!